Hi guys, so this will be a video about my brand new deck, my first impressions about it, and also the comparison with my other Tarot de Marseille deck, which is also a restoration deck, the Jodorowsky-Camoin deck. So yes, this is it. As you can see, it's a very nice box with this glossy part on the magician, and on the back also we get the two of coins, and then we open it. Yeah, we get the flower of life pattern here. So then we take it out. I will just mention that together with that deck, I also got this card from the how to pronounce it, Henri deck from 1718. That is also available in the store. But to be honest, it's one of my least favorite cards. I don't know, maybe it was this card because I need to work on it. Anyway, a nice handwritten note here. And also we get two additional cards, like with information. One is in French, one is in English. There's something here. And we get the address where we can download a free notebook, it says, like a booklet, and the number, because it's a limited edition of 1,500 copies only. Also, I read on this card good news that the book by yeah, I should have started with saying, well, you can read it probably here, but yeah, it's Tarot de Marseille edition Millennium by Wilfried Houdouin. I hope I pronounce it right. And so he wrote this book, The Sacred Code of Tarot, and it's been available only in French and also in Portuguese, as far as I know, and it was supposed to be available in English anytime now, but it hasn't been. So here it says it will be next year, 2018, so I'm very excited about that. So now, yeah, about this deck, I read about it some time ago, but it was still, well, first there were only major arcana, 22 major arcana deck was available, and I think in 2011, and then for the next 6 years the author was working on the minors. So I thought I might wait. And also, well, I read about it, and I was a bit intrigued and a bit skeptical as well, because he claims that he has restored Tarot de Marseille to its intended form, which meant flipping some cards back, as he claims, and some other changes that I will discuss later in this video. And yeah, so I was a bit skeptical. I was like, okay, we'll see about that. But now, oh my god, I'm so in love with this deck. It's wow. I can feel it will be a really big something in my life soon. So let's start with, well, I decided to compare these two decks because this way you can you can see what major, well, they are not very major, but the biggest changes he's made compared to, for example, this one, which is based on the Convert deck. And yeah, first thing, he made all the people have white faces and white hands. All of the, because for example, Jodorowsky here, he also has the puppets have white face, but only her, as far as I'm aware. The Empress here, for example, the Empress here has flesh color on her face, but in this deck, in the edition Millennium deck, everybody who is a human being, well, not almost everybody. Can we say that the world person is a human being? Maybe she's not exactly, that's why not. But okay, most of the people, let's say, have white faces, and also angels. The star is all happy naked flesh color. But what I also realized, it's about the beasts. All the animals have, I don't know if you can see it here, but they have yellow eyes. So maybe here on this card you can see that the horses have, their whites of the eyes are yellow. It is also visible on the on this beast from Strength card. Oh, yeah, the Hanged Man is also flesh colored. I don't know exactly what the code was here. Why some people have white faces, why others not, and I really hope it will be explained in the book. I hope. Because if not, then it's a mystery. Next up, what I found, well, in general, this deck has a very clean lines. Yeah, so they are just so crisp and clean and perfect. Some of you might be put off by this, but because there's also beauty in imperfections, right? But somehow I just love it. I just do. The great change that we can observe is I call it the zoom out effect. So Wilfried Houdouin, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. I have no French whatsoever, so it's just black magic to me. Anyway, a zoom out effect. So he claims that Tarot de Marseille during the ages got through the process of printing, it got just the edges got cut off somehow of the images, and he restored them. Also, he thinks. So this is the first example here. As you can see, this is the Jodorowsky-Camoin, and this is the edition Millennium. And yeah, well, there are many differences. There will be, I won't discuss them all because it also differs from deck to deck, like Convert or Pierre Madeny or others. So yeah, like you can see the dot here, there's no dot there, but yeah, I won't focus on that. Right now I wanted to focus on this part. Like his head is a bit clipped here, right? So all the characters, all the figures on the edition Millennium cards are zoomed out, so you can see them in full, like nothing is cut off. Other examples. Let's find some other examples. For example, yeah, what do we have here? Well, the next card. It's the Magician, Le Bateleur. Yeah, so we can see again his hat is touching the border of the card here. He's being zoomed out, so he is complete, let's say. So the author of this deck says he used sacred geometry. That's why we have the flower of life here and these curious lines everywhere. So in his opinion, that was originally the base of tarot, and he just put it back there. He used the sacred geometry to make it true again. That's what he says. Anyway, other examples. Let's see. For example, temperance, maybe. Just a moment. I'm just flooded with cards right now. So yes, again here you can see that the angel is not touching the border, and also the wings are not touching the borders. They're more centered, and the effect was also that much more feet can be seen on the cards. It also is very visible on court cards. So let me find some like oh yeah, my me card. I always say that if I was to choose a significator in the card cards, I would be her. So, for example, Queen of Coins or deniers. Alright, so as you can see, there are feet and no feet. And there are examples throughout the whole deck of many figures that have feet visible. And also, yeah, here she's not touching the border, here she is, like, I must say, I've been, again, skeptical about it, but I went through these two decks, card by card, 78 cards, everything, I looked at it, and I must say it really, and I will just mention, this is my, Jodorowsky-Camoin is my go-to favorite, loved deck, so it's not like, oh, I don't like it, so oh, who cares? No, I do care about this deck. So I felt, oh my god, he's like, the guy from this deck, it seems he's right, because those pictures really make more sense now. It's amazing, it's pretty amazing for me. So now let's talk about some other changes. As I said, the camera zoom out. So where did I lose the Fool? Oh, it's here. Sorry, Fool disappeared. So for example, there are those minor changes like on the Le Bateleur, and many decks of this tradition of Conver and well, generally type 2, the magician would have dice on his table, but there are none here. And again, I'm curious for the book, what will the author say about it, if anything? So yeah, it's very similar, but yeah, the dice are missing. And next up, oh yeah, a big topic, I would say. It will be a big topic about this deck. The cards that have been flipped, like in mirror image, like like many Chinese or Japanese characters on summer tattoos. If you know what I'm talking about, it's hilarious to see people walking around with a character for love or something cool being flipped, like in mirror, in the mirror image. It's it's funny. But yeah, it happens obviously, and it could have happened in the process of printing from stencils, right? I mean woodcuts. So let's have a look at this card. It's the Lover, and yeah, the ladies are on the opposite sides, and this little cute Cupid here. Is he cute on this card? Yeah, he's kind of cute. So yeah, they're flipped, and the author claims that that's how it was supposed to be. So this is, I think it might, when reading with this deck, it might influence your reading in a quite big way. Anyway, I need some tea. I get excited with all this. So, other than that, I will just go in the order here. So, with the Hermit, this is intriguing because he got kind of a third eye here, and all those lines on his forehead, a third eye is formed. That's funny because yeah, here he also has those lines, you know, of age and many thoughts in his head, but yeah, here we have this third eye. It's curious. And again, I won't be pointing out all the differences because it was so much fun actually to spot all the differences, but it won't make too much sense for me to point out all of them. It's just, I just chose those I thought might be interesting. Next up, the Hangman. Ooh. Has no shoe. He has no shoe. Look, has a bare foot. So this is the main difference here. Of course, coloring. I've seen in the edition Millennium deck that there is much more green color also on the coins. We'll get to that later, but yeah, he has no shoe. Oh yeah, the next card. Here there should be, I suppose, less discussion because we know decks in which the death card is the death figure is facing the other direction. Like for example in this deck from 1650s, we also have a death card facing. Wait a minute, I see things mirrored there, so I get confused. Yeah, so on our convert tradition decks, it would be right side, and in this deck and in the Noblette Tarot, it will be left side. And also, of course, no name, but an empty bar here, and no bar here. It's the death figure is not touching the borders. Here it's a bit, I really got the feeling that it looks like somebody just cut off some of the borders. it just, it really, right now, because I never thought about it when I had just had my older deck, the Jodorowsky-Camoin. It was just, okay, that's how the picture is. But with this, oh my god, it's just amazing. Yeah. So next up, oh, there are, in general, because I took notes because I knew I would forget and be totally chaotic about this, but I realized there are more bells on everyone in this new deck. For example, the Emperor, he has bells on his shoes. How cool is that? Where is the Emperor here? Come on. Here he has just some kind of spheres, like little balls here. Here it's bells, and it's the same on the Temperance card. So yeah, here the angel has bells. Here and here, and this version is just here it's a curl of hair. It has been interpreted like that. So bells, fun. Yeah. Next up. Oh yeah, that's interesting. The Sun card is again a bit different. Sun. So, well, in the Jodorowsky we had this alteration that there's a tail on this person. On some other decks it's just a suggestion maybe of some, I don't know, fat fold of the body, but anyway, there's tail. But what I want to talk about is, well, also we have a boy and a girl, let's say here, because one of the persons have breasts, but it's also been present on some other decks. I've seen, like, also the Noblette has it, but yeah, I hope you can see it, but there's a little circle or ball in the hand of this figure. This person is probably giving something to the other one. It looks like that. Or just got it from the other one, who knows. And also the sun is green sun. Can you imagine? Yeah, so much more green in this deck. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, the angel here is, here it's just a cloud. Here it's this kind of a ribbon we get also, for example, on the ace of wands or swords. I think the author wrote about it somewhere on his webpage, but yeah, I think you can. There are some things like in his FAQ section of his page, on his page, he writes something about this ribbon, but I'm sorry, I can't recall what it was. Yeah, sorry about that. What else? Yeah, I think this is mostly it for the majors. Now, another big change would be 2 of coins, or deniers. So again, you can see it's kind of zoomed out, but the most important thing is here we have more of a, well, in the direction-wise it's a C, and this is a Z. Well, it's not a shape like Z because it's round, but you know what I mean. It's a mirror reflection. He believes I mean the author of the edition Millennium deck believes that it's how it was supposed to be, also based on sacred geometry, and I would be skeptical again, but for the fact that actually it's because you have the name of the card maker here, it actually makes sense to start from the top of the card rather than from the bottom. Look at that. Just look at that. Here you start like this, and in this direction you start from the top to the bottom. So again, it makes sense. I'm surprised myself, but yeah, it does. It does make sense. Oh yeah, about the numbers on the card. So we Tarot de Marseille enthusiasts know that on the coins cards you don't get the numerals, right? But alas, you won't find them on any other pips in the edition Millennium deck. So for example, yeah, I just need to coordinate two decks here. This, let's see, ones. So here we have these threes here, and there's just nothing. And can I just say, I'm in love with these points, with these, I don't know, the finish of the whole deck. It seems so attentive to the details, and the cards just seem so harmonious, if I can say so. It's just my feeling, but I was really impressed. And again, this deck is the one that I've been in love for like at least 2 years, so you know. So in this case, in Three of Wands batons case, it's not a big deal, but it gets more important in the case of, where are you? Yeah, in the case of Eight of Wands or batons. See here? Well, Eight of Wands is kind of famous for being quite Spartan in a way, that it has almost no, like, it has these two flowers but nothing of the foliage here. But on this card we get the leaves. I don't know how I feel about this, because again it might change the way I read the Eight of Wands. Wait a minute, this is the Six. Man, this is the Eight, right? Okay, yeah, sorry about that. See, I need to learn to deal without numbers. So yeah, that's quite a big difference. And again, crap. Yeah, of course this is a 7. This is the 8. I'm embarrassed now, okay? I'm embarrassed. But again, now this will be the 9. Sorry, I'm just a bit excited, and I have a lot of cards in front of me. Excuse me for that, I apologize. So yeah, again, 9 of Wands. Here, it's completely bare. It's just the wands, no foliage whatsoever. It's everything went like. But here we have these leaves, so there will be a difference in reading, I suppose. Another change in the pips will be shown to you when I find it. So yeah, 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Jodorowsky and Camoin, they also did a change to this card, because they put this crack on one of the swords, which is not visible on many other cards, I suppose. But here, so first of all, this is how it was inserted in the deck. So because on this deck we know which side is up because there is little copyright text, like really small, discreet, and so they're supposed to be pointing up. And on this card, this is how it was inserted in the deck, but also there is a flower here. It's added like in this empty space here. Also this is like a bigger space here between the tips of the swords. But yeah, I suppose this is how it's supposed to be. And other sword cards, odd ones, had swords pointing up. So there is it's a whole topic, whether the swords are pointing up or down in the pip decks of this style, and Patrick from Mirrors of Consciousness has a whole discussion about it. You should check it out in his Reading the Pips series. But yeah, this is the difference on the Ten of Swords. And what else? Oh yeah, the cups. Gosh, I have to go back. And the wands, the coins. Where are the cups? Come on. Oh yeah, the Two of Cups. Two of Cups. I have this one here, and then here. All right. So I suppose that on other decks you would also have different things here, because here you have angels. On some other decks you would just have, again, the name of the card maker. There are these weird creatures here, and here we have griffins. But what's also important is that, well, at least supposedly important, is that on this, on the Jodorowsky-Camoin, there is no fire under this bird. And here there is fire, just like on the Four of Coins, you know, on this little shield. Oh. And again, searching. It will be a horrible mess once I'm done, I'm telling you. Oh, come on, coins, where are you? Oh yeah, alright, alright. So, here you can see it's basically the same image. So we have this bird and it's burning because there is smoke coming up. And here it is burning again, but no smoke. And here it's, oh sorry, it's not even burning. It just sits there. So we have these two griffins here. All right. Oh, about the caps. They are closed here. So they have caps on them, as opposed to many other decks, just like this one. Here they are open. You can see there's the inside of the cup, and here they are covered, all of them, except of course, well, in the Ten of Cups we have this traditional flower that can be found also on the well, similar to this, can be found also on the coins. And there's also this intriguing design of those mandorlas. No, because it's not covering anything, but you know what I mean, this almond-shaped thingy, like a third eye again. but this time in this direction. Anyway, gosh, now I mixed two decks. So there's something else I wanted to talk about, I suppose. Oh yeah, next up the Page of Cups, and I surprisingly have him here ready. And here he's still hidden. So yeah, these are like smaller changes. I don't think I should really focus on, but here the Page of Cups has some feathers on him, and on his, yeah, you see, it's here it's cut out, so maybe he also had a feather on his hat or cover for the cup, who knows. Here is, well, it also might be a cover for this one. Yeah, right? Could be. It has a feather here. And he has these funny, funny thingies here, like ties and, you know, or like stockings. Whatever. So this is what something else that I spotted. And this is mostly it. So just to sum it up, this deck really feels different. I feel really drawn to it. I find the images really harmonious and just they make me stare into them. I just get, you know, drawn into the picture. As I said, I'm not exactly sure about how I feel about some of the changes, but I have to accept that's how it is in this deck, and because I love it, I will surely work with it and study it. Also, I can't wait for the book. I hope it won't be a disappointment, like there is almost nothing there, or all the things that I'm curious about will be skipped or something. Please don't, no. If any of you who know French and have read this book could share something about it, like the things concerning that I'm concerned about, please let me know. And yeah, also I must say that I live in Switzerland, so not that far away. My order arrived really quickly. I was even surprised. And what else can I say? Yeah, the packaging, I love it. I really love it. And yeah, you get get the number of your copy also here. And oh yeah, the cardstock, it's really nice to the touch. And oh yeah, these are the backs, by the way. Very nice, very harmonious again. So this is this matte finish that is really nice to the touch, and they're pretty stiff. I did not shuffle them too much because I prepared them like in order for this video, so I just kept it this way. I tried shuffling a bit today in the morning. They shuffle okay, I'd say. And what else? The corners, they are a little bit rounded, just enough that they won't be too spiky. They won't just, yeah, poke you too much. And other than that, I'm sure I might be talking about this deck much longer, but I think this is enough for those of you who are curious about it. I hope it was helpful. This video was helpful, and if you have any questions regarding this deck I could answer, just please let me know. And again, I'm so in love. I just keep staring into this flower. It just also the coloring here. I just mentioned this quickly. Okay, maybe not on this one, but I think it's a case with the wands. The wands in my older deck, the Jodorowsky-Camoin, are have this really dark blue here, and in the Millennium edition Millennium deck you get, I think it just looks clearer. Maybe it's not a good example because these are different cards. And again, the wands beat me. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, this is the one. This is the 9. So yes, so you see here, it's harder to see these, not rectangles, rhombi, what else? Here it's much easier on the eyes, I'd say, but that's just my opinion. So enough of that. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched the whole videos, kudos to you. The whole video. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again. Bye.